Right here with us today is the Jaguar F-Pace SVR that's wrapped in ultra blue here. Now I know the color may not be for everyone, but I gotta say I like this color, man.
I like this color too. Well, we don't know if this car is better than the Porsche Cayenne Coupe we drove last week.
Yep.
One way to find out, let's drive this thing.
All right. So the F-Pace SVR V8 supercharged pumps out some 543 brake horsepower and 680 Newton meters of torque. Now that's mountain moving. That's like bloody neck breaking, right? When you accelerate. It completes a century sprint in some 4.3 seconds and hits a top speed of over 285 kilometers per hour. Now that's way off hot hatch category already, and this is more than 2 tons, and it can still perform like this.
Yeah,
That's mighty impressive.
it is very impressive. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So think about it. I mean, this is it being an F-Pace SVR, it being a 5-liter V8. Let's put all of that one side, right?
Okay.
You driving the car. I mean, what do you think of it? Is it a car that's out and out sports SUV you feel, or is it also comfortable enough for everyday usage?
Well, if you talk sports SUV, I think the Cayenne and the Macan, they do the job really well.
Yeah, yeah.
But this still feels very SUV, but it has a big V8 right in front. So it feels like there is some sort of mismatch. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the best of both worlds,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. That I have to agree. I think it's the best of both worlds. I think the best part about the SVR is you can drive it normally. You can use it as an everyday car. I mean, yes, it is immediately stiffer, and you know it compared to the F-Pace. When you step inside, you on the move, you immediately know that it's actually stiffer. But I think that it kind of allows you to fully utilize the V8 when you need to, when you want to, and yet you can use it for an everyday car. I mean, soccer moms can use it. I can use this to send my daughter to school. I mean, it's still very comfortable. She'll be seated at the back. She'll still be she'll be wrapped around in comfort.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with you. I think the Cayenne and the Macan actually does it better. But I think it's also because of better steering inputs, and I think it's also because of the connectivity that you have with the car.
Yeah.
You can feel everything on the tarmac. This is slightly more vague, and I still think it's very forgivable because it has more pros than cons.
Yeah.
This car.
And the pro is that.
Oh no! Yep. I have to admit, yes.
I could see like Shah's holding on at the back.
Yes,
like, oh.
yes. Yes, this I have to agree, yes.
Yeah, there we didn't break any speed limits, by the way. Just
Yeah.
got it 60. No
Isn't
worries
that the
about
beauty of it? Isn't
Yeah.
that the beauty of it? Yeah. So and yet you can still go slow, and you'll still feel like, oh, it's just a regular F-Pace.
Yeah,
And I like how much of a sleeper it can actually be to casual observers,
it is.
right?
And even to passengers, like if you didn't know this had a 5-liter V8 and you're sitting
Yeah, you wouldn't actually, right?
Yeah. So Julian, why not you get behind the wheel of this
Okay.
F-Pace SVR and tell me how you feel about it.
All right. Let's do that.
Alright, so let's talk about how this car looks.
Yeah.
It is quite loud, isn't it? I mean, the blue is pretty nice. I actually like it, and I absolutely love the big vents up front. They are huge.
Yeah, it's you can easily differentiate this car from the regular F-Pace because the grille is completely different. There's additional vents by the side and the bonnet itself. And I actually asked Jaguar, like, if let's say a buyer of SVR comes and say, you know what, I don't really want the vents on the bonnet, can I get a regular? Can you just help me change the bonnet to a regular? They said, nope, you can't do that because it's all factory fitted.
Yeah, that's right. And you need those vents. These vents are
Exactly.
are real.
It's real
Yeah.
vents. It's form following function. I mean,
Yes.
it's all used to cool down the V8 engine.
Yes, and they have to. I mean, supercharged V8, you definitely need all those
Yep.
cooling power.
To be honest, I think I can accept the color. I mean, although you mentioned that it's Comfort Telgro and you completely wrecked it in my head for me. But
Yeah.
but I gotta say, I mean, regardless of how the outside is color-wise, it still has that aggression,
Yeah.
right? But here's the thing that I realized is completely different from the inside that we are on. The seats are standard, and it's a whole one-piece sports seat, which is really comfortable, and I really like it. The whole instrument cluster here is very straightforward. It's very legible, and I kind of like that. Okay, I mean, you start off with the car seeing to the usual speedo and the rev counter, both in blue when you are in comfort mode. As you switch over to sport mode, you can actually, or rather the dynamic mode, it changes to red.
Yep.
And you also have eco, which changes to green, and of course you have snow, so and so forth. But you can actually customize what you want to see on the rev counter. I can actually just change it with the menu counter here, right? And then it
There we
actually
go.
changes to one circle right here. And you can customize what you want to see on either side. You want to have the trip summary, you want to have navigation, or you want it switched off, completely up to you.
Yes.
All from the buttons on the steering wheel.
Right, Zig. I mean, the infotainment system here also has some sort of customization.
Yeah.
You can move things around, or rather, the infotainment screen.
You can customize it as well, right?
I think to a
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
extent you can.
Yeah.
I think when you turn on navigation, it actually turns up here.
Yes.
So it's a bit of a multitasker, so
Yeah.
to speak, right? It shows things, and I mean there are some buttons which are physical and some which aren't, and virtual rather.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, the camera button is virtual, which is fine, but the more important buttons like well, your
The
air
aircon
conditioning,
and all that
yeah,
kind of stuff, right? The
that is
fan and all that. is-
very legible, very
Yeah.
clear.
Yes.
You know,
and that's how it should be, lah.
that's how
That's
it
how it
should
should be.
be. And the rest of the interior, let's be honest, is quite loud, but it feels quite classy at the same time, right?
Yeah, but no, like I said, I don't think it's loud enough. Okay, the
Really?
seats are very sporty. It's only you don't get this on a regular F-Pace. The one-piece
Yeah.
sport seat is only specific also to the SVR,
Yes.
right?
Nice and supportive also. by
Yeah,
the
but
way.
I think why I say it's not sporty enough is because the steering wheel right here, while it feels sporty, feels regular as well. Why? Because the stitching is all white. You know how sporty cars always like to have their stitchings in red or
Yeah.
you know some
Yeah.
special edition blue that matches the Ultraman blue or Ultra blue outside, right? That kind of stuff. So this is just white and it feels very regular. And,
Yeah.
But I like how understated it is actually.
yeah.
I like this whole suede roof
Yeah,
lining,
I love this.
black.
John
right?
doesn't like this though.
Director,
He thinks
thinking
it's
different.
messy. He thinks you put your finger there and then you know.
No man, it's
it
just
causes a
perfect.
mark.
It feels damn good to the touch, man.
I love this too.
I could do this all day.
And a lot of performance vehicles all come with this suede black roof. And
Yeah.
it feels nice and cozy inside, don't you
It's
think?
a lot better than the usual beige, if you ask me.
But anyway, you can fit two at the back with.
But I mean, you could fit 3 if someone like me is
Yeah.
in the center. lah.
Yeah, perhaps.
So-
If it's me, it gets a little bit
Tight. Yeah.
Might end up in the hospital after that. But aside from that, the boot.
You know how
though-
you end up in a hospital?
Oh.
If
Oh,
you
dear.
drive like this, woo! Yep, you end up in a hospital like this.
Okay, so elsewhere, in terms of practicality, is the boot. It's kind of big actually. It's 650 liters, I think.
Holy
Right?
shit, really?
Yeah, that's quite big for an SUV.
Wow,
Usually,
650 liters is a
Yeah.
lot, man.
It's
What, you mean
big.
what, with the seats folded down, you mean?
no, without the seats folded down. As you open and access the boot, it's
Wow, 650 is, it has
big.
to be one of the biggest in its class, man.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, that's a very practical size. And you know, SUVs, even though they're big, usually the boots are small.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is big.
No, see, it just proves my point, right? I mean, the F-Pace SVR does everything it should very well because it drives. I won't say it drives fantastically well, right? But it drives well enough as a sports SUV,
Yeah,
and it still gives you the kind of space that you need, more than enough, in fact,
yeah,
right?
exactly. And it's so comfortable. It's not.
It's comfortable.
harsh.
Yeah, it's comfortable when you want it to be, and it's also crazy when you want it to be. So, but it's very addictive, lah.
Yeah,
I gotta say, it's damn addictive.
Yeah, you end up like giggling to yourself every single time. Every single time you're in this car.
Childish, man. Childish. Grow up, man.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Let's be honest. Every single time you've driven this car, have you not floored the car?
Yeah. No, I just giggle to myself every time I.
Every single time it's like there is an instance of full throttle.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be 1 or 2 seconds, but it happens.
So, Mr. Talib, as per every week, we'll have to decide whether or not we will buy, won't buy, or go try the car? In this case, the F-Pace SVR. Do you have an answer?
Yes.
All right, all
I
right.
do.
I have an answer too. I have an
Yeah.
answer too. Right? In
Okay.
3, 2, 1, will buy. Will buy.
We'll buy.
All right,
Right.
man. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.
Thanks for watching. That's the
Yeah.
end of the video. So, what are your reasons?
I will buy it not because it's a 5-liter V8. I will buy it not because it's the most affordable V8 in the market today. Not even because there's this lovely color that's available on this special edition color that's available on this SVR. I will buy it for one very good reason. That's because this car is the best of both worlds. It gives you everything you need and want at the same time. I mean, look at this. This whole white creamy color with the black interior. It looks like Guinness. It reminds you of Guinness.
Really?
Right?
It's more like cookies and cream.
Nah, man. I mean, this is so Guinness, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
prestigious, it's luxurious, and it's so comfortable, and yet it has that ample 5-liter woo
Oh, there we
V8
go.
as and when you want it to be, right? As and when you want it. It's right there at the tap of your right foot.
Yes.
And it sounds fantastic. So it's all this is a whole package in one. And I really love the interior. I genuinely love the cabin, especially the seats.
Right. Well, for me, I'm a bit different from you. You need a car which is practical, you can use
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
and have a bit of fun.
Yes.
But for me, the main reason why I love this car and I would buy it is the V8, the supercharged V8, and the
And I don't
price.
blame you. I don't blame you.
And the
yeah.
price. You know,
Yes.
it is the most affordable V8 out there, and this V8 has a lot of character. It's very unlike the V8s from the Germans.
Yes.
You know, BMW and Mercedes, their V8s are very brutal, but they don't have that sort of character. This one lasers around,
Yeah.
and it's chilling and stuff. When you put your foot down,
Yeah.
it's just chaos, and then there's pops and bangs. And everything
Yes,
like that.
yes,
It's
yes,
just,
yes,
it's just
yes.
so entertaining that that alone, I can ignore the whole car.
Yeah. All
That-
the cons of the car
all
is
the cons.
easily
Yeah.
overlooked, right?
I mean, even if there are
Yeah.
any cons, there's not many cons.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that it's an SUV and all that kind of stuff, but the V8 is absolutely beautiful.
Fair enough, fair enough. So yes, that is basically our review of the F-Pace SVR. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment in the comment box below and tell us whether or not you will buy, won't buy, or go try the Jaguar F-Pace SVR. And also please don't forget to hit the notification button so that you'll be notified every time we upload new videos.
All right.
Till next time.
Till next time, guys.